So these three questions, okay? Remember these three questions. So the first one is called why me, right? Second one is why not now? And the third one will be how I can. Now let me deep dive on each one of them. So the first element of branding, let's ask the question, why me? Why people choose your brand? So this is the work that we want to do first. This is when I always start with a brand. I want to make sure people understand, why they choose you, right? And I believe, I'm not sure if you have heard some of my IG live or like in the past, I have this belief that everyone is equal. Okay, everyone is equal. Like the world. I mean, each one of us is part of this puzzle. We are a puzzle piece in this big world puzzle. Okay, so everybody's like on the same level. We just have different bumps and different like characteristic, right? There's some weaknesses, strength, vantage point, and also like they call it blind spot. We call it blind spot. Now those are like those bumps on the puzzle, right? And we just need to know where you fit in this whole big world puzzle. So when you found all those like your positioning, that's where I feel that you've connected with your superpower. And my purpose is actually connecting with people, making friends, so I got to know how to connect them with their superpower. So that's my purpose. And that's why I come here on IG Live. So hopefully what I'm sharing with you could resonate in how you find or refine your superpower identification, right? So you can identify your superpower. Superpower, it consists of three things, just quickly, because I know you heard this before. Number one, it's your purpose, which is your why. Okay. Number two, it's your so Zizu said absolutely they will choose the brand because the good quality of it, or so many expecting it in street, YouTube, and so on. Yeah, right. So so the first thing is like, so your superpower, okay, is consists of three things. For those of you who doesn't know, number one is your purpose, your brand purpose. Number two is your passion, expertise, okay, why people choose you and pay you for it, right? Number three is what you like to leave behind, which is your legacy. How would you like to be remembered? How would you like to be known for? All that stuff. So that's like your superpower. If you know all that, you are solid in building a fulfilling business. Now, back to the question, why me? Okay, why me? To me, like in the brand, sometimes people overlook this part. It's a character branding. Like, why you choose me? Why you choose me? So this is like, why you keep coming back to to my IG live every other Friday, right? You could have been doing something else, but you choose to be here. So why me? Okay. So I think character branding is very important. So for example, why people choose Oprah? Why people follow Martin Luther King, right? So you have to think about, why you choose your favorite character. Just think about it. Maybe if you don't resonate with any of those, why do you choose to follow certain people, right? It's because of their character branding. Now, what is a character branding? This is a term that I actually came up with. One day, I was in the search of my own purpose, right? When I found that my purpose is like connecting with people, okay? Now, that's when I realized that there is this exercise that I did. I have to give the credit to Simon Sinek, because he was the one that suggested to how to find your why quickly is by asking your friends, 5 great friends, closest friends that will drop anything to help you when you pick up the phone and say, I need your help, So ask those friends why they're friends with you. So when I was gathering all this information, I found out that my character was the reason why we're friends for a very long time. And that I just realized that's called character branding. Okay, so character branding is basically who you are, your personality. Now, if you don't think, oh, I don't have a brand, I don't need branding, right? You do. Believe it or not, you are doing branding, even you did not realize it. How? Okay, so think about it. Your friends follow you for a certain reason. Okay, why did you choose friends with you? Maybe because you are a foodie. Okay, maybe you're like really, really generous. Maybe you're just a helpful, kind person. That is character branding, okay? Your character brand you. People know you for a certain reason. Some friends, you will say, oh my gosh, if you want to move, and then this guy always like be there for you, like because they have strong muscle, they're very efficient, and you hire them. And some friends, you will like, oh my gosh, she's so reliable. If I'm gonna, have someone, help watch my kids, she will be the one, So I'm just saying that I think when you're interacting with people and you're not living in the cave, you do have a character branding. And this is actually what I believe that's a disconnect in our business sometimes. Like when we feel, people was like, oh, don't take your don't bring your personality into your business, don't bring your of course you don't want to bring your whole like drama of your from the house or whatever it is that you have into the business. All I'm saying is pick your like just include your vantage point, include your great character into your brand. Don't forget that your unique character, sometimes even like if your characters is like kind of a little bit of quirky or a little bit more like out there, that's actually a good thing. Like there's people that need to see that, because not everybody's like all proper, all corporate, right? All like, oh my gosh, I'm gorgeous, So like I am not, I'm like, hello, I'm Indonesian, right? I am like Chinese and I'm bilingual. My English not necessarily perfect grammatically, sometimes I'm not correct, but you know what? Here we go. I still have a business that thrives. Why? It's because of my character. I'm trustworthy, I have integrity, right? I care about people, I have good intentions, I have certain character that carry me through my, my contribution in the world. Okay, I'm making an impact. I'm helping clients. Why? Because they can count on me. When I help them, they will feel that they're taken care of in the right ways. Okay, so now that's gonna, I'm gonna touch base on how that lead to the third items later. But the first one is why me? So to create a brand, you have to ask yourself the hard question: why me? Why they choose me? So so the work has to be the things about that part is you have to think about what characters that you can bring to the table that will attract people. If you don't know, ask your friends, okay? They say, why are you friends with me? So that's your character. Now they will give you clues. The next thing is, what is your purpose? Okay, the same thing actually. When you actually working with your friend, asking why this and why that, why you choose me as your longtime friend, they will be like, you crazy for asking this question. But actually, they will finally tell you. One time one of my friends said, because you're sincere. So you have to ask deeper questions after that. It's like, interesting. I said, why you choose the word sincere versus nice or good? He said, well, because nice mean like your surface level, but sincere is coming from the heart. I'm like, oh, that's really different, right? So that's the kind of like deep question you want to ask. All right. So, but during the questioning of your friend, you can see, you also like you also kind of find like where I actually really appreciate like creating connections. Okay, I see like the repetition of what I personally do. Okay, like I constantly doing without even realizing, connecting. When I left my corporate world, it was because I actually create an art piece, a curious morphology art piece called Hedgehog Dandelion that I dedicated to a friend in Germany. And she was having this RA disease, and then when it got connected, when I actually dedicated the art to her on IG, she immediately followed me. After she told me she's not gonna follow me because she has RA disease, she followed me because the art that I dedicated. That connection, from coming from the deep compassion that translates through, the phone digitally, it make her take action. And I found that's very fulfilling. I actually, just that one moment alone, I decided to leave corporate world, okay? Because I said, I want more of this feeling, okay? So I didn't even realize that I was big on connecting. Then now I understand why, because it was a part of me. That's the kind of superpower, thing that you want to find. What is it that you do that's so meaningful to you that you want to do for the rest of your life, right? So that is part of the brand purpose that you should have, okay? Thank you, Zizu. And then core values, okay? Core values is another one. You have so many things, that I just recently did this, mastermind with a new client. And we deep dive on like things that he likes to do. And some of those are like adventures, newness, learning, so we kind of listed out all of these core values, because sometimes, in business, you kind of stumble forward, oh my gosh, I created something cool, and then you launch it, and then you suddenly like asking yourself, now what, right? There's so many, like if you're successful, there's so many people come to you and say, oh, do you want my service, this, my service? I get that all the time. So I'm like, sometimes I have to block it off, you know. And then sometimes also you got team members coming or clients coming your way, and then there is so many opportunities, there's so many like distractions, so many like, you know, things that come in your way. And how do you choose? Core value. Okay, that's why you should start with core values. So before you have all this like shiny object syndrome, you make sure that you get to know yourself and know your core values, right? When you know your core values, then it's easier. You just, actually one of my mentors told me, like, write down your core values, and every time there's something come your way, you know, you have to check, make sure your core value is intact. Okay, is this matching with my core value? If it's fun, if it's like innovation, you know, is it you know, have a lot of you know, just make sure you check it, you know. And if you have any question about the core values, let me know. Drop it in the chat. Feel free to invite people. By what I'm talking here, there's these 3 buttons down there. If you feel like this is something that's important for more people to hear, go ahead and invite people, let them join in. And we will be recording this as usual, and I'm gonna post it next week in YouTube channel, so it's gonna be there in case anybody needs to replay. But I just want to make sure that people know that core value is very important on the character branding part. To answer the question, why me, right? Another one that you want to talk about, think about, is what is the legacy you want to leave behind, right? We don't know how long we're gonna live in this world. Not trying to be morbid, but it's a reality. Now, but the thing is, what is it that you want to be remembered? I think every one of us want to be feeling significant in our life, right? What do we want to be known for? It's not an egoistic question here. You know, it's just a checkpoint, because you need to honor yourself. You need to honor your own value, yourself, the truth about you, right? Now, this is a good question to ask. It's like, what do I want to be known for, and how would I like to be remembered? And work on that today. Okay, work on that, right? Now, same thing with the brand, you know, same thing with brand. Why do I even mention all this stuff, right? Because you are trying to sell your products or services to a human being, all of us, okay? Each one of us have this same needs, which is connecting, right? We want to build significant, you know, we want to feel empowered, we want to, you know, like enjoy life, having fun, you know. So why don't you understand yourself first, so you know what you're about, so you can offer what you are about to the people, right? So that leads me to, from why me question to why not now question, okay? The second part. So the first one is character branding. Second one is visual branding, okay? Visual branding is the most common one that people know, okay? Which is like the logo, you know, the pretty stuff, all this marketing, you know, what you call brochure and things. What are those for, right? If you think about it, when you create poster, business card, it's to communicate who you are. Now, how do you communicate who you are if you don't do the first step, right? Which is the character branding, who you are. You know, so don't get it backward. Don't start with the logo without knowing why me first, right? So, because you could go into any different design. Like I have encountered, like, you know, some project where people don't even know like who they are, and they want me to design something appealing. Okay, appealing to who? Like appealing to me, appealing to, like, you know, a guy, appealing to little kids, you know, appealing to who, right? So you have to understand, you know, who you are and who you're trying to appeal to. Then we can go to the second one, which is why not now. Why not now is basically answering a question of this visual branding is communicating, number one, clearly who you are and what are you serving. Like the brochure, the website, right? All that is visual branding. And those visual branding should not stop right there. You know, just don't just say like, oh, this is who I am. No, you have to ask the question, why not now? Okay, so why do they need you now? If we're talking about business, right? So, hey, Hannah, thank you for joining. We are talking about three key elements of branding. The first one is to ask question, why me? Okay, and which is about character branding. And then second one is what we're talking about right now is why not now? Okay, why not now? So why not now is basically a visual branding that everybody knows. Now, if you don't know what that is, okay, visual branding is basically what I categorize like marketing materials, like logo, business card, website, you know, hey, thank you for joining. And then, yeah, on the, also like advertising, you know. So all of this visual branding is basic to drive business, right? Now to drive business, you need to know why do they need to buy it now? You know, so you have to really understand what you have to offer, who you're serving, right? And the person that you serve, why do they need you now? Okay, so you have to understand really what are you offering them. And for example, if your friend likes telling you, oh my gosh, you know, like my dog is sick or something, then you know, oh my gosh, that's what they need. I have, you know, this you know, what do you call a veterinarian that's really good for this type of thing. That's immediate, right? So you know what I'm saying is just treat your customer like your friend. Okay, think about it. Don't complicate things. See what they need. First of all, you need to get to know them first, right? If you don't get to know them, how do you know what they need first? Like, for example, I have a friend who's suddenly she's creating like poetries. She's creating poetries, right? And I love her poetries right away. And I'm gonna help her with her book and creating art and all that stuff. Very exciting. But my point is, you know, once you know what she wants, it's like I was just trying to connect because we have our own past that, you know, with our living a toxic relationship and all that stuff. We connected because of that. We're not even talking about business here, you know. And guess what? Because I get to know her, she get to know me. There is a trust built. There is like those commonality. That's a connection we create, you know. So that's what the natural connection we want to create with our customers. You know, it's just friendship. Okay, it's not scary. It's just friendship. And the thing is, you know, when you get to know your friend and you suddenly, oh my gosh, you know, you have all this. If you really care about your friends or you're a creative person, you know, you kind of like, oh, you guys, you know, I know someone, you know, I know someone who can help you, or I can help you with this, or you just start helping, you know, and they start realizing, oh my gosh, you can help me too, you know. So I have encountered a lot of opportunity. I think half of my opportunities in my business comes from just that. Like no agenda, I was just talking to someone and start helping them, and it's like, oh, you're good at this, you know. And then so what I'm saying is, you know, so the visual branding has to communicate that, you know, why not now? Okay, so anyway, hopefully that's clear. If you have any question, drop in the chat. I'm happy to help. So you want to make sure that, you know, yeah, I want to talk about, I have emotional desire. This is a good one. Emotional desires. Okay, so you have to, number one, communicate how you can help them now and what you will benefit from buying from us. Okay, now thank you for confirming that, Zizu. So emotional desire, I want to talk about emotional desire that's quite popular, that why people buy. Think about it. Okay, there's 3 emotions. I'm actually gonna write an article about this. One is empowered. Okay, feeling empowered. When people buy something, they want to feel empowered. Okay, sexy, smart, cool, strong, rebellious, you know. So think about it. Those are empowering feeling, you know. People buy like Victoria's Secret, let's say, you know, because they want to feel sexy, you know. People buy Apple because they want to feel cool and smart, you know. People want to buy, I don't know, you pick a brand. I don't know, what brand do you like, Zizu? What brand do you like, Hannah? You know, let me know what brands that you feel like I always keep buying, and what feeling that they gave you. Could be food, you know, could be Nike. You know, I ask clients sometimes, so what brand do you like? They said Nike. Why? So, oh, because, you know, I like the basketball player, blah blah, you know. So it's an influencer, right? So they feel that, so that kind of a feeling of cool, you know. But then there's also another emotion that's feeling belonging, feeling popular, feeling like love. Okay, so this is like, you love many things actually. Yeah, I do too. The brand that I think I buy is, I think, Apple. I buy Apple. Food wise, I have plenty. I'm a foodie, so I eat all kinds of things. But recently, I'm gonna talk about another brand, which is called HelloFresh, which I'm gonna talk to you about on the next one. Puma. Okay, so why would you like Puma sports? Okay, why is that? Why you pick Puma over like Nike or Adidas? I'm curious. So, what feeling that you get from that? Is it quality? Or is it the style? Is it the materials? Is it comfy? You know? So, I think if it's comfy, for example, you want to feel like love. You know, something like, you know, like when you feel cozy, you feel like love and pampered, you know. So, or happy. You know, maybe you feel happy, right? So, there's like, some of the emotions is like maybe happy, peaceful, relief, you know, relief from the stress. Okay, like if you go, let's see, because they makes powerful colors and the quality of the shirt and the design. Okay, so this is in the category of the emotion of feeling empowered. Okay, feeling empowered. They are so unique than the other. Cool, very cool. Yeah, Puma is a good brand. So I think that there's always a split, between like all this sports brand, right? There's a Nike fan, there's Adidas fan. My daughter actually loves Adidas brand because of quality too. So it's like different quality, everybody have different quality. Yeah. What you consider, see, this is what I'm saying, like one, a brand, this is perfect example of what I just talked about. Like, so you have three people, three brands, let's say, right? You have three brands. Now, Nike, Adidas, Puma, let's say, right? So all of them are quality. Which one to choose? Think about it, which one? So Zizu picked Puma. My daughter picked Adidas. My other client picked, Nike. They all said their quality. The audience says quality. Welcome and joining us. So yeah, so all of them say quality. Why you choose, Puma, Nike, or Adidas? Why? Okay. Oh, I just like the logo, and also like the quality and the style, So everybody have this preference, right? So there are so many brands to choose from in this world, right? So this is why. But you know what the thing is that's different about your brand? It's you. Okay. This is back to the Carter branding. You know what I mean? Why? It's because you are unique. I have a twin sister. We're not even the same. Okay. I have identical twin sister. We are very different. We have different friends. Okay. Our different friends like her for a certain reason. So my friends like for a certain reason. That they like both of us as twins, But my point is, each one of us is very unique. Okay. So your characters has to be a part of your brand, some way, somehow. Okay. Not all of them, but majority of it, that's actually, people, if you can limit to like 3 things that you like, or 2 things, that is about you. Are you trustworthy? Are you quality? Are you, strong? Are you like smart? Are you sexy? Whatever, So are you stylish, right? What is it? You're a foodie. Like if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like this big food connoisseur. Everybody come to me asking like, where do I go to eat? So that's your branding. It's like, okay, then incorporate that into your brand. Okay. So, or whatever business that's fulfilling for you. Fulfilling business has to be something that is really aligned with what you love and how you operate as a person. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting yourself and you're going to be running your business that runs you. You want to run your business based on your coming from the heart, your passion. Okay. If you're not, you're going to get stuck as you grow the brand. Think about it. If you're doing something that you don't love, okay, you're just doing something because for the money, or like, oh, your expectation for the family, I have to do this. Think about it. If you are good and you're actually successful, 3x, 4 times that, and can you see how much activity you have to do that you don't love? It's gonna be like quadruple. Okay, so you do not want to get stuck in that. So that's why I always start with, like, when you're starting small, you're starting up, always start with what really come from your heart, your passion, which is your character branding. You cannot, like I cannot help not connecting with people. Okay, I just love connecting with people. I'm not really comfortable with in front of the camera, which I'm practicing right now, by the way. So I hope I'm getting better. I have filler words. So actually, Zizu, if you actually see I do a lot of filler words, tell me, okay? So I'll PayPal you. I'll PayPal you like $1 every time I say that. So I will like learn not to say it anymore. Okay. So I just want to let you know, I do have filler words still. Now, but the point is, I don't want to wait until I'm perfect or I feel perfect, which never gonna happen, I guess. For me to be perfect, for you to listen to my message. Okay. Because I think you need the message now. So I'm not gonna be selfish and wait for that. So I want you to know that number 1, you need character branding. Ask yourself, why me? Why people pick you? Okay, and don't forget, your character is enough. Okay, your character is good. Okay, so find out from your friends, closest friends, what are those characters that they'll attract them to you. Okay, that's very important. The number 2 is why not now. So all your visual branding is to communicate that. Communicate who you are, what's your character, what's your core values, what are you offering? Okay, what are you offering? And not only that, why do they need it now? Now, to know why they need it now, you have to listen. You have to ask questions to your target audience, and why do they need now? What exactly do they want? And sometimes you start with one prototype of your business. You might have to pivot a little bit. I do that all the time. I gradually growing my my offerings based on listening. It's like, oh, for example, like let's say someone, like let's say they don't buy from you. Like let's say you talk to someone and they say, not right now, whatever. you know what you should do? Don't deflate yourself. Okay, when that happens, don't deflate yourself. You should actually ask, hey, I'm curious. Just ask the hard question. You say, I'm curious. You sound hesitant. You know, can I get your honest feedback on like why you decided to wait and not proceed? I would love to hear it. Then, you know, they will be happy to share with you. I will be happy to. If someone's trying to sell me something and they ask me that question, I'm like, oh, you know what? Because I think you don't have this, you don't have that. That is a clue what exactly that people need from you. Okay, for example, this mom and pop shop versus like the Starbucks. When Starbucks coming around, mom and pop shops suddenly like start, you know, losing business, let's say. Now, actually, like the reason why they lose business is because they don't keep up of what the customer requests for what do you call like a non-dairy product or whatever, you know, some other thing. Like if people have lactose intolerance, you have to have that option, you know. So that's the reason why, because Starbucks has so many options, right? You know, you can decaf, you know, what do you call it, soy milk. They have so many options. So people I just go there. I know I'm gonna get something, you know. So there is. Thank you, Zizu. Thank you. So yeah, so usually I'm saying you have to listen. So why not now? Okay, so a lot of people don't have the time, you know, to look at so many brands. So you have to be the first person to really listen and say, here, why you need it now. You know, it's because I have listened to you. So you want to create like your brochure, your website that speak to them that way. Okay, number one is to get to know who you are, what you can offer them, and why not now. Okay, so the third question you have to ask, the third element is how I can. This is so important. I love talking about this one. How I can. Okay, how I can for who? Okay, how I can not for you. Okay, how I can for your customer actually. Okay, this is what I call customer experience branding. Okay, this is along the line that emotional desire, the emotional desire that we talk about on the key element number 2. Okay. It's how I can. So I'm gonna give you an example, a couple examples. Then I will give you one main example that I'm recently experienced myself. So for example, if you go to Starbucks, how I can get anything I want as far as coffee. Okay, so and I can also relax. I can also like get this drink that I want and bring any customer because they're gonna get anything they want, and I can relax. And I know this is a go-to place. How many people like go to Starbucks for meetings? Like meetups, dates, you know, something, you know. So because they have enough things to offer and they give like a comfortable space for you to feel cool, you know, to feel cool, right? To feel belong there, you know. So that's why people go there. That's where they go, right? So another thing is how I can feel sexy, let's say. Victoria's Secret. Let me tell you, I'm a woman. I go to Victoria's Secret. They are not necessarily the best, okay, to me, okay? There are better options out there, but the way they drive it, okay, the way how they make an experience of how you feel sexy, all the advertising talking about you need this now, you know, because you're gonna feel sexy, you're gonna get guys, and blah blah blah, you know, you're gonna create experience for your spouse, right? So people buy into it. I personally like the kind of person that like I'm just being real. So this bra is not comfortable. I'm not gonna buy it because, you know, the advertising tell me to blah blah blah, you know. So I personally like really look for like what really fits, you know. But my point is, you know, for a brand to create that, you know, they are meant for certain people. Hey Sumi, thank you for joining. I know it's late over there. I'm just talking about this third element of branding, which is customer experience, and it's about how I can. I was just talking about Victoria's Secret. You probably laugh about this. Sumi is my friend, my girlfriend, and female friend. So yeah, basically, you know, we talk about you know, how I can, right? So what you want to do is customer experience branding, so that the client, your customer, have to be able to come to you, buy your stuff, and say, I can what? Okay, I can feel relaxed, I can feel cool, I can feel sexy, I can feel happy. For example, I can feel happy and delighted by eating this chocolate. Okay, I'm gonna give you one example of my favorite right now. It's called HelloFresh. Okay, not commissioned by them right now, but I would like to get sponsorship by HelloFresh. You know what HelloFresh does? You know what HelloFresh is, right? HelloFresh is like a grocery delivery service. I had no clue about this. You know, my sister Ernie, twin sister Ernie, she introduced me by saying, hey, she referred like this free box for me to try. I'm like, okay, free box, why not? So I bought it. Okay. The first time, when you buy this, to get this free box, they only pay for shipping. So I was like, well, nothing to lose, right? So they came with this. I think it's a very well thought out operation. I'm like very impressed with them. Number one, I think their branding is good. Like they know like their target customer. I didn't even know I was a target customer. I didn't even know they exist. Okay, suddenly just like I try it out and I love it. I have tried at least like 9 recipes so far. Every single one is a success. Now let me tell you, what is the customer branding experience that make me keep buying? It's because the word how I can. Okay, I can be, for the longest time I feel like I'm not a very good cook, I'm not really insecure about that, although I can cook, like my kids like my fried rice, but I feel limited something, like I have no time to like curate this like nice meal. HelloFresh came with this like cart, like recipe cart, and they give all this like they prepare everything ready to go, so that you can cook with the certain sauces. And let me tell you, they're like top notch, like quality, flavors, perfect. Price was, I think, is pretty good too, especially when you get those deals, to start with. Try it. Try 4 boxes, still really good deal. Okay, if you really go out, if you like to dine out a lot, okay, it's actually gonna, this actually gonna save you more. You're gonna, you have to cook, but you know what? It's a feeling empowerment that I'm getting from it. I did not know I'm gonna get this empowerment. When I start using it, guess what? Okay, I have 2 girls. My family is like me and my 2 girls. Now, they like gaming. My daughters like gaming. Okay, now they normally like to eat at their desk. When I have HelloFresh, at first they were like still doing that, but then after a while, you know what? I brought the family back together. Okay, so they're like excited every time I like cooking HelloFresh food. They come at the table, and this is the biggest part. My daughter, my youngest one, she doesn't eat any types of green, okay, vegetables. So this is the first time she actually ate spinach, like ate spinach, not just ate and then chew it and then throw it away. She actually eat, okay, and then she also tried asparagus. I actually try all kinds of vegetable, green bean, everything that I put that's from HelloFresh. She tried. Why? Because she feel there's this experience that she got. Everything you taste is like very adventurous, and it's pleasant, So I really like to, this is called customer experience branding. Now the word that came up with that is how I can be, okay, a chef mom without being a chef. I can be a chef mom that bring the family together and empower my kids, to eat healthier and empower me to eat healthier. I'm not a big veggie person either, but when it's presented like that, it's good. Now, even like when I don't, like let's say if I stop the HelloFresh box or anything, I have gained something from it. I now roast vegetables on a daily basis because of the simple recipe they give, So, so you don't have to like buy all the time, but the things I still remember the customer experience. Guess what? They're so smart. Not only they just, they continue to build, a good business like that. They have good referral system, right? And they recently reward me with like free cheesecake. Holy moly, sweets is like my weakness and best friend. They gave me this really good cheesecake, right? And my daughter tried, and then now I am ordering cheesecake from them. Such a good upsell, okay? Think about it, okay? So as a brand, you need to think about this kind of stuff. Who is your target customer? What is their desires? I did not know I have this desire until I'm like, I experience it. Oh my gosh, I want more, So that's the kind of thing that you want to naturally create, not force, like really, really cool. So that's kind of like the 3 things. So why me? Okay. Why not now? How I can? Okay. Those are 3 simple questions. I'm going to put it, by the way, I'm going to record this again and put it in the YouTube. Okay. So you guys can kind of refer back to it. And I'm going to put this a little bit of the caption so you can learn from this. But I think it's very important. Why me is a character branding. Okay. Which is brand purpose, just to recap. Why me is character branding, brand purpose, mission, core value, legacy, right? And then the second thing is why not now? It's visual branding. Your visual communication, who you are and how you can help your customers or other people, and how you can benefit, from buying from us, now. Like, why do they need it now? So you have to know that. And also talk about, in the language that talk about their emotional desire, which is empowered, such as feeling sexy, feeling smart, feeling cool, feeling strong, feeling rebellious, or just feeling like I'm special, feeling belonging, feeling loved or popular, and feeling happy because you feel cozy, peaceful, or relief, relaxed, right? So those are the why not now question, okay? Because sometimes, like in today's world, we just want to experience it. Everything is so fast, we want to slow down and experience things. I want to sit at the Starbucks to drink this really good new whatever invention they created. That's another thing. Like for me, I go to Starbucks because they have innovation on like all the drinks, right? Every like season, summer, I'm sure they have gonna come up something new. So new experiences, not like same. So that's another thing. So the third one is how I can, which is customer experience branding, right? How I can. You have to empower people to say, I can do this with your brand. Okay, so you have to fill in that blank, and sometimes you have to experiment. Just launch something, learn from it, listen from it, and then just perfect your experience, right? I have perfected my design business for a while. Now actually, I used to just be graphic designer. Okay, I didn't even offer branding before. Turned out that as I was working, I found out that people need branding, which is what is branding? Like bigger picture, the umbrella, okay, the bigger picture of what building a business is about. Is you have to have a brand, okay? Otherwise, how? For example, let's just say you're a candle brand, okay? You come, there's no brand, okay? Just here, it's a good candle, it's veggie wax, okay? You come, I was like, oh, I love this. Where can I get more? There's no brand. I don't know where I forgot where I got this, So that's not good, So brand is just like a visual recognition of what these good things about that you want to share with people. Don't you want to share something that's good? Yes, I do. I like to share, okay? So I think branding is important for you to be able to share, okay? Now, that's why you need branding. You're not doing it just for you. It's for the client to be able to like enjoy it and include your brand as part of their life on an ongoing basis. Share it with their friends, share it with their community, So, yeah, I think it's very good, referral. Branding is actually, at first you might think like, oh my gosh, I don't have budget for branding, okay? Okay, so if you don't have budget for branding, do you have budget for sales? Okay, do you have budget for sales? That's more expensive than branding, okay? Branding is like a one-time, hey, Caitlin, so good to see you. We're just talking branding and I was just recapping the three things. Why me, why not now, and how I can, right? So to me, like, so I feel like, you have to, think about those things, right? Why, so anyway, but you got that, right? You got, anybody have any question right now? So Caitlin, since you just joined, I was just basically recapping the three key elements of branding. And one of them is why me, which is character branding. Why not now, which is visual branding that communicate who you are. And also like what is the instant reward you give to people, And then number 3 is like, what is the how I can phrase, how do you make your customer be able to say how I can feel relaxed, how I can feel empowered, with your brand. Okay, I feel like I give an example of hello, thanks for joining. So the last part is like how I can, feel like a chef, chef mom with HelloFresh. Okay, that was like a real experience that I thought they did really well. And like sometimes I heard people saying, oh, you have to cancel the box, after a certain purchase because that's the deal is at. I was like, you know what? They did so well. They have done so much for my family. I'm like, I want to give them my money. Like I think they deserve creating this wonderful business. It's just the way I am. Sometimes like we think short term, right? I was like, I want this lifestyle where I feel like I'm chef mom all the time, So yeah, I'm they're part of my life now, So they're successful in their customer branding experience, which is how I can, the third one. Okay, so think about that. Now I want to make sure that if you guys are building a brand, invest at the beginning, do it right. Okay, if you're trying to like not invest, for example, a candle without a brand, okay, or whatever, you want to sell clothing, seriously, no brand. You have to have a brand. Services, no brand. How are people gonna talk about your service? Oh, John Doe, to help me with, no, you need a brand. What is your brand? So you need to build a brand and invest in it to do it right. What represents you? How can your target audience find you and recognize you and be proud to share about you? Like, let's just say you are a good, okay, don't you have an experience, I don't know if you guys have experience like me, where you have like this great person, they just have awful branding, awful, let's just say, okay? Some way you have to, you feel kind of like you spend more time to explain to the person, convincing the person to refer, the target audience to you, right? So why don't you make it easier? Build your brand properly. So you just like, oh yeah, just go to this, let's say Caitlin. So, oh, go to Caitlin. You know what I mean? She did this, like a business, kind of thing. And then you put the name, and it's like, check it out. And then the person easily check it out, and it's like, oh my gosh, the branding, the web, and everything is look cool, right? And then it's like, see, so it's making it easy for me, let's say, to refer to Caitlin. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think about branding is not just, oh, it's a piece of logo. No. It's a silent sales, okay? It's a referral tool, okay? It's all encompassing all that, So you want to build it correctly, okay? So because if you have a good brand, it will, and then you do the 3 brandings I told you about, especially the customer branding, people gonna talk about it. I talk about HelloFresh right now with you, right? I'm not getting sponsorship. I'm just telling you, just to make a point here, but I'm just saying that's branding, customer service branding, okay? Is so important. Visual branding, everything, because you want to make people that refer you proud to refer you, and clearly, like make it easy for them to refer you. That I have not, honestly hired any salesperson for my business, okay? And I keep getting business, referral business for like 5 years. Am I proud of it? No, I want to I want to triple and all that stuff, but I do want to invest, and I have invested a little bit, but not so much. I'm telling you, because I have character branding that's good, customer service branding. People just refer me all the time. I don't even have the time to take more, like for outside the referral, but I do love my referral business because they are just people that have experienced my service, and they just easily like a warm lead. When they come to me, it's already warm leads, and I'm not big on sales to begin with, so to me, like when I do cold call, oh my gosh, I don't even know, I'm not sure if I fit the look. I'm not blonde. Like I'm just average here, I don't know, but when people talk, from experience for working with me, guess what, I'm like in a pedestal. Why? Because they experience my work, and experience my design work and a service and everything. So they put me up there. Okay. So to me, like I feel that you need to understand that, sometimes, when you have branding, you need to really invest in it at the beginning, right? Do it right. Do it the proper way. Ask this 3-step question: the why me, why not now, how I can. Okay. So to me, yeah. So Rosumi said referrals, put forward that trust aspect. Yeah, exactly. The trust is inherited. That's huge. I think when you double down on your current business, right? Upselling. I know, Kaylin, you're probably in the same space as me, right? Do you, like what, don't you think like referral sometimes is like really good, like when they experience your branding, right? Your work, it's so much easier to upsell, because they just, once you like, when you go to doctor, for example, dentist, I have a good dentist, let's say. Unfortunately, he just passed away, but we have gone there forever. Okay, so let's just say I'm in between like health insurance, okay, health insurance. But you know what I hate about going to other dentists? Like I'm telling you, I despise going to other dentists. Why? They are so disorganized, and they're so like not. They make me wait like 3 hours. I don't have 3 hours, like I don't want to, I do have, I can make 3 hours for something, but I choose not to spend 3 hours waiting in a dentist. It's a boring dentist room, okay? I could have been doing other things, So, but I like about this dentist is they're in and out, and they do a good job. And they're reasonable, they give me payment terms, they just have the whole, and they always feel like family, okay? I keep going back there. I don't care if I have to pay cash. I don't want to wait in between, like health insurance, transferring whatever, So, but I still going back there, okay? It's because of they create their experience. They make, because I'm all about freedom lifestyle. I'm all about fulfilling business. I'm all about maximizing my day to feel alive, So I just feel like whatever it is that make me feel, fulfilled and also free, free up more time to do fun stuff in a day, daily, okay? It's the brand for me, okay? So HelloFresh helped me with that. I don't have to go grocery shopping. I don't have to curate my recipe, I don't have to like, mess up in my measurements, so, and I always create consistent experience that I can rely on. That's part of customer experience branding, which Starbucks successful at doing. Think about it. You go to, let's just say you go to, I don't know what kind of food places, In-N-Out. Okay, people like In-N-Out because they're like so, right, the same, they serve the same thing over and over, but quality all the time. Okay, now if you go to what other place, El Pollo Loco, let's say, Taco Bell, whatever, so if one time they messed up, okay, let's just say you go to some place and then a new place, Chick-fil-A, okay, let's just say Chick-fil-A, okay, oh my gosh, I love the chicken, and the sauce and this and that, right? And suddenly the next time you go, like the taste is different, like burnt, all that stuff, and you suddenly like, I'm not sure if I want to go back there because, or maybe I don't want to go back to that branch. I'm gonna give them another chance because I love it so much. I'm gonna go to a different branch and see if they mess up. If they mess up again, I will not go back to Chick-fil-A. I don't have that kind of patience. But if I have been going to same place over and over, I have already secure my brand experience, and then they mess up once, I probably forgive that. So yeah, what, human error sometimes, that happens. I will be more forgiving, right? But if a consistency is keep going down, you're not gonna go back. So you have to have consistency in the customer, experience branding, because why? They want to spend the money. They don't have to spend the money on your brand, okay? But when they want to spend on your brand, they want to have that instant reward of the thing that they came to you for to begin with, the thing that you created to begin with. So consistency is important, okay? So anyway, I think I covered all the topics that I wanted to cover, and hopefully you guys enjoy some of this conversation. I'll be posting it next week on YouTube, but thank you so much for joining. If you guys have any questions about branding or anything that I covered today, feel free to DM me. All right, anybody else have any question or say hi? Thank you for staying on till the end, and you guys have a lovely weekend, and have a wonderful, fulfilling business, and hopefully freedom lifestyle. Okay? See you later.